I lost my voice. I'm sleepless and redundant, 'cause I love you's not enough. I'm a lost for words. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I feel like AC Slater after he drank that lemon juice that Zach Morris gave him, because I just had a pretty big shot. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you today with a VeVe OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. Or not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, especially the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We have a ton of stuff to go over today. I was supposed to go over a few things yesterday and a few things the day before, but I had Mr. MC1 on. I had the OMI is my homie channel yesterday. There is a ton of good news to go over, and some people might say it's bad news because some people are just like, my only regret is that I didn't buy more. Obviously, it is. Let's go over those feelings. Let's talk about our feelings today. Do I have beer over there? Can I get some more beer? My phone has been. You know that song, like, all your base are belong to us. My DMs do not belong to me. My fans, my people, they're all just like, your DMs are now all belong to me. We have the messages continue. Vault went from, oh my god. There's people that are saying that my vault originally went from 200K down to 30K. Now we're up to 35K, and everybody loses their minds. It has been a heck of it. We've like doubled in like a day. We're at like 00033 yesterday. We reached like 00078 before on OKX. It was wild. I don't. What did I title this thing? OMI continues to run. VeVe does more teasing, etc. Okay, so we will get to all that. I promise. Let's go over the OMI, shall we? So we're up about 59.4% today to 0006798, 00068. That just changed right in front of y'all. The volume, I don't know where this is from. I don't know why I keep getting these freaking car ads. I'm not in the market for a car. Anyway, 6.7 million in volume. So do y'all remember? I feel like I talk about this all the time. When I had said, hey, eventually we're going to have similar volume as Flow. We're going to have similar volume as all of these other things with multi-$100 million market caps or multi-billion-dollar market caps. And I would often say, does 100x in our 100x in our volume mean 100x in our price? No. And so maybe it could 10x. Dude, we went from, what do we have? Anywhere between 250,000, 500,000. Let's make the math easy, even though it's going to be a bit different than this. It's going to be a bit off. But let's say we had 500,000 in volume and, nothing special, right? Well, what happens when we 10x that? We add a 0 to that and we have 500 something in volume. Or actually, let's just go 300, 39,000 in volume each day, right? Give or take. And now we 20x that. So 20x gets us about a doubling. So if 20x in volume gets us a 2x in price, then maybe so if we add 5 of that, then 100x in volume gets us a 10x in price. And again, that was from the 0003. So if we ever do get 100x in volume, or we do get 100 million in volume, or I think at that point that would have been 50 million, which is not, or 33 million, which is not that much. Then we do a 10x. We get to 003. That's heckin' awesome. I'd be grateful for that. But a lot of this is it's coming from OKX. OKX is 3.6 million of the volume out of the 6.7. So it's more than half. No one else has even 1 million in volume. No one else has even 900,000. You have MEC with 848, and there was a photo I sent to my friends before. We were trying to figure out what the heck was going on, and I was like, at the time, OKX had 00069 and MEC had 00057, and there was such a wicked parabola of events. There was such a arbitrage opportunity. Now, granted, when I did this freaking what the heck was it called? With this thumbnail, I did this like 5 hours ago, and it was 00056, and now, and again, it went up to 00078 over on OKX. I'll show you that screenshot. Let me put it down. X that. Go on there. A shout out to Emoji for having me on. I was on Emoji's space. He had a space saying, "Hey, come talk about Aliens vs Avengers #2." I was like, "Okay, great. I love that comic." Um, that space was so fun. That space was so, like, so first off, we were supposed to start at 7, which they had stuff start at 7. They played music for like 26 minutes. And then they start to introduce people like, okay, let's go. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? And then I was just like, okay, we're getting here. We have an hour to discuss this comic. And then it turned into this, I don't know what to call it, this debate about who's the best Spider-Man. Is it like Tobey Maguire? Is it Andrew Garfield? Is it Tom Holland? And I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, but all right, yeah, let's go. So we do that, and they were just they called Tom Holland gay. There was like, yo, Zendaya's a beard. Tom Holland gay. And I was like, oh my god, y'all are like slandering Tom Holland by now. And I was like, bro, like, what do you do? What do you do to you? Anyway, so like an hour into the space, we finally start talking about Aliens versus Avengers, and they have this thing where I think they were live on X, and they were going over their, what's that called? Going over the comic like in real time, like in this panel says this panel says that, and everyone just had something to say, and it was really cool getting all these different perspectives. It reminded me of like mid 2000s in a comic book shop, where I get to see these people that have completely different lives from me, and they have different perspectives, and it was just like, oh, I didn't think of that, and it was just awesome. So shout out to everyone in that space. Anyway, I had to obviously leave. We got like halfway through the comic, and I was like, hey, guys, I got to bounce. Like, but that was fun. Anyway, I'll be there in February for Aliens vs Avengers #3. I don't know why I didn't do the first one, because the first one was incredible. Anyway, we go in and we talk about OMI on these things. I made a post, and again, shout out to Fanny Carbonell, calling the bottom of OMI like 2 days ago, and now obviously it's this. So I made a post. Let's go over all the posts, shall we? I made a post yesterday saying Butters be talking about OMI buyers buy orders like they are still coming through, because every when I saw a lot of people post, Fanny, it didn't matter who posted VeVe Viral, they would say like, hey, you have these buy orders, and the token's starting to pump. And it's like, I don't know what it's from. VeVe hasn't had an announcement. Sure, they've teased a bunch of things, and we'll go over that. But there's nothing that's been announced. Like, VeVe hasn't bought any company. VeVe hasn't become a subsidiary of any other company. And we're just like, why is this happening? It's like, I don't know, but we'll take it. And all of the fudders are just like, bro, this happens all the time. It goes up and it comes right back down, like 8 hours later. So I posted that, like, again yesterday, 6,500 impressions. It was at 00042, and I was like, I'll take this. I think that was the only time I posted. Yeah, that was the first time I posted about that. It was about Illuvium a bit beforehand, and some of the there was a lot of bulls. There was a lot of people like, yo, let's go. But there was a couple of people like, hey, I hope you didn't like kill the momentum. I hope you didn't just call the local top and then it goes down. And again, that was at 00042, and then it was like, oh well, an hour later, well, now it's at 00043, so it actually went up, despite the ups and downs. And then this guy named I'm Not Groot says, Randy, these pumps never last for more than 24 hours. They usually last quite a bit less than that. Listen, I'm here for the long run, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch. And I was like, look, yeah, bro, like less than 24 hours later, 00052, like fucking come get some, right? So there was a mix of people. Some people were a little salty. There's like, yeah, it'll come right back down. And this reminds me of, I will never forget this. I'm gonna get a beer because I deserve one. It reminds me of this dude I saw in like 1997. I think we had like Foley is the Jets quarterback, right? Oh my God, there's only a couple beers left in here. Oh, I don't like any of these flavors, but I am going to drink them because I'm an adult and I drink milk. So I can drink a cherry Italian ice Smirnoff. and a mango. Oh my God, these are like the worst flavors. Anyway, this guy was just like, "Oh my God, the Jets are gonna lose." Like he was a Jets fan. He was wearing like a Joe Klecko jersey, like from like the '70s. He was wearing like something that a modern at the time in the '90s, a modern day Jets fan like probably wouldn't wear. It was like a Mark Gastineau, Joe Klecko. It was someone from like the Sack Exchange from the Jets in like in the '70s, right? Maybe '80s. And he wasn't excited when the Jets had the ball. He wasn't. He was just like, "Yo, like the Jets just." I know they have the ball now, but they're going to lose it. It's like, why are you so? As like a 6-year-old, I was like, bro, it's not that serious. Like, why are you so negative? They have the ball. Like, be fucking happy. Like, excuse me if I want to be around happy people. So, but I understand it where some people get really salty. Thank you, Mezcal Miranda. Muchas gracias. That is a sweet top you have on, saying beer money, cerveza money. Muchas gracias, senora. But so I understand. All right, cherry's got to be better than mango, right? So I understand when people are just like, listen, don't count chickens before they hatch. It goes up, it comes down, because they're trying to be a little realistic. And I've had a couple conversations with people over the last. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Like not horrible cough medicine. Anyway, I've had a couple conversations with people. Oh God, sneeze. My back hurts. Over the last couple days, and they're like, "Hey, listen, Randy," and this is before the pump. Over the last like 36 hours, 24 hours, and like, listen, Randy, you know the meme cycles, like they've been hot, and you even said on your stream the other day that most people on Twitter or on X, they think that the next narrative is going to continue to be meme coins. I see these other meme coins, and they're like 50, 80,000, $120,000 market caps. They go to $1 billion. You get like 100x on this, and it's like, bro, you can. You're right. Those things can happen. But what are the odds that you pick the right one? There's thousands of meme coins made all the time, like every day, and you just don't have that. Like you can't tell what's going to happen. Maybe you can, and that's a special skill you have. And if you do, more power to you. But I was like, listen, you can do that. Maybe there's a 1% chance that you sell your OMI, you have like 10, 20, 30 grand, whatever you have, and you buy these meme coins. You buy 5 meme coins, and one of them hits, and it does like a 30x, and suddenly you don't have 30,000, you have $180,000, whatever you have, and maybe that happens, and maybe OMI stays down, and maybe you can come back in, because you could have done that for the past year, and you would have been right. But at some point, you reach that inflection point where people recognize that OMI is undervalued. People recognize that OMI is going to be a metaverse narrative. People recognize that the amounts of money that the VeVe company is taking in every month does not match the market cap of the token. That's going to be, again, their metaverse token for Stacker, third-party utility, and it's going to run. Now, and I told my friends, like, listen, I'll call him Mike. Mike, you could have asked me the same question 6 months ago, and I would have told you the wrong thing. I would have said to keep your OMI. I would have said to keep your OMI and hold for the long term, because this is, and again, talk to my friend, feel like this is the guaranteed thing. And it would have been the wrong thing. He could have got into Brett. He could have got into any of these meme coins that are like top 100 now, and he would have had more money. So it's like, listen, Brett, like I could have told you the wrong thing, Mike, and like I'm going to say this now, because I continue to dollar cost average. And he said, you know what, you're right. And thankfully he did not go and do that. But I mean, you could have been right for the last 10 times you would have asked me. I would have been like, listen, you do what you want. I'm continuing to dollar cost average, because I know this is a guaranteed thing. Obviously nothing's guaranteed. Anything can go to zero at any moment. And, thankfully that happened. But there are people out there that sold OMI not too long ago, the last couple weeks, last month, and now it did a 2x literally overnight. And I believe that this is just the beginning. What are the reasons for this that is happening? Let's see where we're at. Okay, now we're 0007. So over the last couple of days. We've had a couple of, the last high we had was 00062, and then we went to a low of 000, like 57, and then we had a high. We went to like 00078. We wicked up there on OKX, and then we went to 00064. So I was concerned more of. I was talking to a friend before. I literally have not had a minute to myself the entire day. I was talking to a friend before, and he said, hey, where can we see a pullback here? I was like, well, at this time we had gone up to like 00061 and went back to like 00057 and kind of gone back and forth. I was like, listen, what we've done, or what did we go up to? We went up to 00063, and again we went all the way down to like 0000568, and I was like, that 60, you might have a lot of pressure over there, because there was somebody that did technical analysis the other day, and they're like, if we pass through 00040, it might be a straight shot to 00060. And for me, I was like, well, that's a lot, because it is. And I was like, that might be a lot. But he was right. We went there, and I was like, okay, listen, my friend the other day said we might go to 00060 straight shot from there, but that might be a resistance point. And we might settle down in the mid 0005s, and then we might trade there for a while until the next announcement. Again, go up or down from there. Not sure where we go. But that is not what happened at all. We completely broke through that. The lowest we've been in the last several hours was 00065, maybe 64 something, 647, and now we're about 00070. And again, it seems like you run up, you do a little consolidation, you run up, you do a little consolidation. So you could really trade this if you wanted. Next leg up might be two triples, but I thought it might be hard to break 0005s. And I was like, okay, well, my friend said 0006, that's the next target. But we seem to have smashed through that, and I don't know where this price discovery takes us. Obviously, that 001 is going to be that mental barrier. But then you have people that, again, that aren't going to really care. It seems that people, and I'm not going to call these people stupid. I'm not going to call these people, because I'm the stupid one that says like, okay, maybe 0006, believe my friend might be that resistance, and maybe it was, and we just broke through it. But people tend to not care about market caps in a bull market, and this is not euphoria yet, because like retail is not even in. So multiple people, dozens of like, what is going on? Why is this happening? And it's like, okay, well, we have a couple of reasons. I think I will get to the comments later, unless you super chat. I don't get to it right away. And I was like, well, you could have people saying like, it's Fanny, French government. This is another reason that's so strange. South Korea declared martial law. You have the entire of Spirit Airlines doing a slowdown. It's a version of a strike. You have the French government that just collapsed. You have aliens that are real, apparently. You have like all of these different things that are supposed to be bad for the macro, and it's not. And all of these things together combined should have been enough to make people be like, oh, hey, let me reel back in some of my investments. But then Bitcoin ran to like 104K yesterday. I think it's finally down now. The market finally took a cool-off period. And Bitcoin's at 98.3. Let's see what flows at real quick. $1.19. That's still pretty high. Let's take a look at Devi. It's at 38 cents. Let's do Illuvium. Ecomi's outperforming freaking everything. Illuvium 67, but let's take a look at OMI again real quick. It's up almost 69% at 68.9. The 0072. Geez, and $7 million in volume. So it's like, okay, what's the volume? Well, VeVe hasn't announced anything. Stacker has a space tomorrow where they're going to talk about something. I don't know what they're talking about. I'll tell you this. VeVe is working in the background to do a lot of things for marketing, but they haven't announced what they really are. Like, you can see that they hired like 5 or 7 jobs for marketing. but it's not public on what they are. Like, you know that there's an affiliate marketing lead, there's affiliate marketing team, there is just a head of all that, which is great. You know, you got to love that. But they haven't announced what any of those programs are. They haven't announced who they hired. They're not public with it. They haven't announced what they're going to do, when they're going to do it. You could have somebody that this marketing that might not be done for 6 months, or it could be done in Q1. But there's been no announcement for exchanges. There's been other exchanges that have Renegade listed. It's TRIV or TRIV, whatever it's called, and then Aerodrome. But those exchanges have had like no impact on the token. I'll go to CoinMarketCap right now, and CoinMarketCap, you go down to see TRIV. Now TRIV, if you take a look at the volume, dude, it's $670. So there's no way that means anything, right? And then we go and we take a look at, or is it Aerodrome? Yeah, Aerodrome on base. And it's like, okay, well, what are they doing? $2,900. Like, that's nothing. Even when we were the clock's back a couple weeks, when we had like $250,000, yeah, they have 1% of the volume. But again, that's not what's happening here. What's happening here is you have these in one OKX. Shout out to them. People forget that OKX is like a top 10 exchange, and OKX has 3.7, almost $3.8 million in volume, and the rest of them are not slacking. Gate.io and has over 500,000. Base on Ethereum only almost has 500,000. MEXC has 900,000, and then BitGet has 650,000. So it's happening, but it doesn't seem to be a reason why. Now, obviously, we know that court case is happening with Orbis and MB Technologies, and it's like, okay, who's winning? Well, if it was going really negatively, we could expect the bad actor in there to leak that, and then people would be like, oh, it's going horribly. You know, VeVe's done for, Orbis is done for. You know, the token's going to go to zero. So you have the fudders that are not saying anything, which would likely be connected to that main fudder. That would have leaked something. But then on top of that, you have some really big buy orders. So why are the big buy orders happening? Are the whales interpreting the lack of FUD as a buy signal, or does it have nothing to do with that? And it's just people going on like, okay, things are running on Ethereum, on Base, metaverses, NFTs, and people might be looking for other companies that are like that are attached to this. And then are people slowly discovering, oh, what's this OMI token? Oh my God, look at this IP. They have a metaverse coming out. What the frick frack snick snack is this? And maybe that's happening, but again, I can't point it to any one thing. Now, some people are mentioning like, well, maybe it's an exchange, and maybe it's a. Also, I have to text somebody this. They're going to come on in 30 minutes. 40 minutes. I'm gonna have to hiccup. I want to copy URL. I want to go to my friend, and I'll be like, paste that. See you at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So maybe it's that. Maybe it is just people discovering the token, but that's a lot of volume. This meteoric rise is not from a thin order book where, like, yeah, you know, you had like 800,000 in volume or 1 million in volume, and there just wasn't selling, and it caused a squeeze. People weren't paying attention to like this dead token. It's not that at all. It's what is that, like almost $7 million in volume? Yeah, it's $7 million in volume. So there are a lot of buy orders. And again, is it an exchange? Is it, and how would that work? Like, I'll tell you how it works. From my work in a bunch of meme coins, you typically have two things. You have tokens that you give them, or you have USDC that you give them. A lot of times you give them both. So this way they have something to trade, and this way they get their they get their pound of flesh, they get their meat. Shout out to the 300 people that are here. But a lot of times what happens with exchanges is like, okay, we'll give you these let's say like MEXC, right? We'll give you these tokens. so you can trade them. But then it's the people that hold like the MEXC token, or people that like are investors in there that get those tokens. They don't know what it is. Some hold, but then a lot of people sell. And then I'll also say this: listen, I talked with Rain, and I talked with everybody yesterday about the progression of exchanges and how would you like it. You have two different ways that you could happen with exchanges, and I'll go over into what I was talking about before. You have the small exchanges that you could do, and this way, each new announcement, which they could really milk, they could really go and say, like, Ecomi was talking yesterday for the first time in like forever, for the first time in forever, and people reacted positively. They posted a bunch of tweets, their own tweets. They responded to a bunch of tweets, and the price went up. Is that correlated? I don't know. It's like, okay, well, Chavez has been drinking the last 2 nights and it's gone up. That means that whenever Chavez drinks, it goes up. So it's not like that, but it might be that it is positive when Ecomi starts to speak on things. So if they have multiple small exchanges first, they make announcement after announcement after announcement, and you might get a little pump on each of those. And then as I get to the bigger exchanges, again, maybe KuCoin, maybe Kraken, Coinbase, well, I really want an American exchange. Please, for the love of freaking God, give us an American exchange. And then maybe, the Coinbase and Binance, that's when you get the big stuff. Or they could do it the opposite way, in which case they could do big exchanges first. And this way they don't have to pay for the smaller exchanges. You just pay for the big one. And then the smaller exchanges renegade list, like the other two have done. Now, maybe because the other two had renegated lists, like I went over before, other exchanges see that and we're like, okay, we have to list this. Something's going on. We have to buy the token in order to renegade list. And maybe it's exchanges that's doing that. Because, again, in the original Ecomi Telegram chat, I can't tell you how many different companies in 2021, 2022 that have said, like, hey, I'm X, I'm a representative from this exchange. How do we list your token? Who do we talk to about listing your token? And that, I don't think that stops. I don't know if that's part of the reason why they shut down that Ecomi Telegram chat or whatever, but that had stopped, at least publicly, but I don't think it stopped privately. And if all of these people, like, if anyone's ever watched like Young Sheldon, Missy knows this piece of gossip, and her parents are like, how do you know that? And she's like, well, every one of these kids have like younger sisters and we all talk. Or like House of Cards might be a better example, where Doug goes over to what's her name. It's like, you might talk with, this politician or this politician, but I rub elbows with the people that work for those politicians. And it's like, okay, if these two exchanges have renegated the listed OMI in the last 48 to 72 hours, they're likely talking to other people, be like, hey, why did you renegade list? And like, well, these renegade lists, why? And then maybe that free exchange of information had traveled and be like, okay, something's happening and we have to be ahead of the curve. And maybe that's what's happening. And I know a lot of people want Binance. I talked to someone today, and maybe I'll get Ben on the pod. Oh my God, I have multiple other super chats. Potsy Weber, what's going on? Saying 00069. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. Gotta love that. Thank you, Potsy Weber. And then Zombie says, drink. Honestly, so I have these two, but after this, I'm gonna need a lot more super chats to continue drinking, because I had a good amount of Jack Daniels before. Anyway, forget what I was saying. Okay, so Ben will come on the podcast again probably before the end of the year. One, because I love him, and two, because 9:30. Okay, yep. What are they buying? They're buying everything. Yeah, a lot of vaults have pumped too, which is really strange. Anyway, I'm gonna have to ask Ben about this, because I did not ask him this in the first time. I was like, there's a lot of stuff that has come out about Binance where they want to have like 10 to 15% of like the token supply, which is like absolutely predatory. And I have to ask Ben about that. Be like, bro, like, what the fudge is going on over there? Why are they doing that? Why are they like destroying a lot of these tokens? So I haven't talked to Ben about this, but if I, and again, I'll talk to him before the podcast and after it, but I'll say to him, listen, I don't know if you can, because of your position that you had over there, you can waive a couple of things, but no offense to your last employer, but they're fucking assholes. And like I would advise to not go on Binance because of that reason, and also because of all the SEC stuff, that Americans don't really use that exchange anymore. That volume is very, very low. And I would save the money. I would save the money and I would save the tokens to not do that. Like 15% of that is bigger than the entire business development wallet. So like heck off, Binance. Wraithax with the $100 hair super chat. Cheers to you, mate. Saying, I misquoted myself yesterday on your live. I predicted 25% in a week. Here is some of my profit. And now I have a bigger moon bat. As always, hit that like button and never forget to take your profit. Randy and Dashi for life. Raythax, you're reminding me of that reporter from Watchmen, where Watchmen says, like, no, I did not say Superman is American and is with us. What I said was God is American and he is with us. And it was that guy, he was talking about Dr. Manhattan, saying, like, basically quoting him to God. You're just like, I predicted 25% in a week, and we've like doubled in like 2 days. Raythax, how did you know this? Like, dude, Raythax is like the farmer's almanac of fucking crypto. He is never wrong. Like husbands would think the wives in the 90s, like, oh, they're never wrong. So they're never wrong, even when they are. Raythax is, dude, I don't know how you do it. Also, the Farmer's Almanac calls for a lot of snow this year, and I am not happy about that. Again, thank you for that big super chat. And also, yeah, we have a lot to talk about, Raythax. You got to give me a call tomorrow. I have a bunch of calls tomorrow, but I will fit you in because I love you. Meeting. Okay, I think I had all the meetings, the stuff that I did today. A couple meetings at 12:30, at 2, and at 4. Oh, excuse me. But I will. Omar Kasaje is. Oh, all right. Omar is getting a couple of people to go in and say, like, hey, take a look at the OMI token. So shout out to you, Omar. Gotta love that. Anyway, there's been no announcement of exchanges. Maybe some insiders know, and maybe some insiders know whales, like if they're close to the team, whatever. There's pillow talk that happens, but there's so many things that could have happened. You have people that say, like, hey, this VeVe demo looks really awesome. They're using AI into this. They're doing a bunch of stuff. But I can't hold down a reason to one single thing as to why this is happening. It's time. Maybe it's just like, hey, you know what we had? We had Flow run, we had Axie Infinity run, we had Sandbox run, we had Decentraland Mana run. Maybe it's just always time. And that might be possible. That might be true. We have no idea. Anyway, there's a ton of news to go over the last couple days. Let's do, Jesus, there's a lot of screenshots. All right. Flow was up that day. TRIV is the exchange. Degen community. So shout out to Omar Kasaje going in and saying to the Dogecoin community, saying, keep an eye on Ecomi to be well diversified, not financial advice. There's a space on Friday going through many improvements for the token to be used in VeVeverse. There's helping Doge fam out, and STX is great too. I feel like Doge is just going to be massive as soon as it hits 20 January. You have My Collectibles back on August 5th had gone on and said, wouldn't it be cool if collecting the new Marvel Reds leads to something bigger? Yeah, that would be cool. And then Mint Junkie had posted, like, hey, listen, My Collectibles, been a while, but super curious, is it still a thing? And My Collectible says, given that Agatha Harkness, like, yes, it is still a thing. So let's see what happens there. Oh, it's my ex-girlfriend's cat. Anyway, record month for Bitcoin. U.S. spot ETFs net inflows in November was 6.1 billion. BlackRock was 5.4 billion. That is absolutely insane. All right, so shout out to one of the sponsors of the channel, Mudo. Mudo goes off and says, hey, big news, Mudo X VeChain. VeChain has over 600,000 followers over on X, saying, we're absolutely thrilled to announce our integration with the VeChain official, with VeChain's tool chain, trusted by global icons like BMW and Deloitte. We're taking transparency and personalized wellness to a whole new level. Why is this important? Every Mudo supplement ingredient will be 100% traceable back to its origins, ensuring ethical sourcing, sustainability, and authenticity you can trust. VeChain's secure ecosystem integrates seamlessly with Mudo Hub's data sovereignty model, giving users control over how their health data is used. Customers can verify that their supplements meet the highest standard of transparency, safety, and ethical sourcing. This integration is a huge milestone for us, and we couldn't be happier to share it with you. Here's to transparency and an exciting future together. Mudo X VeChain. Again, shout out to them for sponsoring that channel. We will be doing a crappy giveaway today. That crappy contract address is down below, so go into the description for that. RIP to the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson, that was fatally unalived outside of Hilton in Midtown yesterday, and people were just happy about it, which is wild. Now, I get it. That company did not do the greatest things for the people in its network. So I understand when people are like, thoughts and prayers, if you're in my network, I get it. But oh my God, the people that were just stepping over the body to get to their meetings, like New York, I understand. I literally remember one time I was taking two friends that I served with. One was from Nebraska, one was from like California, to New York. It was their first time in New York. And what happens when we're on the subway? Oh no, a train has stopped. What's going on? It's like, why is a train stopped? Is it like, is it electrical? Like, what's going on? I don't know. It was just like, matter of factly, someone probably threw themselves in front of this track. You know, it happens. And then like this one dude that was like not with us, but he was like kind of next to us. He was like, yo, somebody threw themselves in front of the track again. Yo, scrape the body off the tracks. Let's go. And I was just like, I don't know if that was it. And my friends' faces were just like, so like I it's New York, you know, you gotta deal. Anyway, mobile app updates. VeVe Digital Collectibles says mobile app updates. Hi, VeVe fam. Our team's dedication to providing ongoing updates to our mobile app continues. Our latest update, version 2.0.5, is now available. The latest updates include comics and AR, linked user profiles, upcoming drops, carousel added, crafts carousel added, other small fixes and enhancements. Please stay tuned for details of our next app update. Now, I want to go in and talk about a tweet that Ben had today, and I'm going to have to search for it because it was a lot. Oh, Lordy. Ben Rose laughing. Ben Rose. Okay. Big Willie Style says, listen, it's such an easy port to pop in there. Probably took the dev 30 minutes max. Hopefully they're focusing on the lag and other serious issues and not just doing the easy fixes first. And Ben Rose with a clapback is like, thanks, guys. Didn't take 30 minutes, though. If it had, we'd have dropped it in 30 minutes. Basically, Ben's giving you the FU, suck my nuts. Sorry. Anyway, he's very good. He doesn't say that. But you got to give credit where credit is due. Like, trust me when I say it is the people that get complained to the most that wants the fixes out the most. So when Ben says, if this would have taken 30 minutes, we would have rolled it out in 30 minutes. And you could take that to the bank. Oh, God, there's so much stuff that Ben did and didn't do. All right, let's go over some of the other stuff today. Future Sona saying, yes, OMI is exploding, but remember this. It's before any real catalyst. There's no major exchanges yet. There's no marketing yet. No big influencers are currently covering it. We now have utility, and there's more coming. OMI is going to be in the VeVeverse, confirmed. There's large OMI burns that are going to happen. There's fiat to OMI that's coming via Stacker. The NFT bull run is coming. New SEC. This is easy money. And then you have VeVe Viral saying, why is OMI pumping? Maybe, just maybe, Ethereum is pumping. VeVeverse preview and confirmed OMI VeVeverse utility. The NFT coins in general are pumping. Ben is in trial. More community members tweeting about OMI, and it's one of the biggest communities of a sub $1 billion token. Hype from people finally realizing how easy buying on Coinbase Wallet is now that we have Apple Pay. The new SEC chair is much more crypto-friendly. Confirmed OMI to bronze tickets will still burn OMI from the circulating supply, and it was way, way overfunded to begin with. And we also have Donald Trump naming David Sachs as White House AI and crypto czar. He is a billionaire that is on the Guido listens to. I forget what they are. They're a podcast, the All In podcast, where they talk about crypto. They talk about NFTs. They're in all of this stuff, and he has everything to gain by going and make it easier for crypto companies to innovate. So of course he's going to be very, very positive for crypto. This is one of the best things that could have happened. And speaking of burns, like I talked about before, if you take a look at a couple of Marvel comics, you have Jungle Action featuring the Black Panther. And what does that say next to somebody owning 123 editions? Is that a fire emoji? Are there multiple other fire emojis over on other places? I think there's Marvel comics burning that's going to happen. It's like, okay, well, is that the reason for the pump? Well, you also have Ben Rose posting today about a cute little pussycat. So they've had bananas, they've had rubber ducks, they've had teeth, and now they have cute little pussycats. Is this like the Pet Avengers? What the heck is going on? I don't know. I do not know. You have KC BMW saying, all right, so we got a cat. We're adding a cat to the mix with the banana, the duck, the teeth, the cat. And Ben Rose just laughing because he knows what's going on and we don't. I have looked up Bible verses. I have looked up elements of the periodic table. I have looked up quantum physics. Like everything that you could think of, I am thinking of. Maybe I just need to take some Lucy. I don't know. It's just I can't crack this code. Can somebody crack this code? Because I can't. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. Back to when the earth, the sun, the stars all aligned. Remember yesterday when we were up 12% and I was celebrating at 000379? That was wild, wasn't it? Wasn't it wild? Now we're at 000771. Let's go. Let's get this bread. I love this game. There's Luvium stuff. VeVe Viral says, Dear whales, we have OMI to NFT. We have circulating supply burn. We have MCP rewards. We have base. We have incoming VeVe verse utilities. Please let OMI be great again. 100,000%. That'd be great if we had Nintendo. Trump confirms Paul Atkins pick for SEC chair, which is great. Gotta love that. There's a couple of, so shout out to Crappy Bird. Crappy is sponsoring the channel, at least this video, definitely, at least for the month. Had Mercedes Lambry has 1 million followers, which has followed Crappy Bird. They had a couple of other things that had followed them as well. More on that later. Andre Edson Hurst Christoph says, major Ethereum NFT collections market overview. Ethereum trading volume increased by 132% over the last 30 days. Major blue chip collections showed significant growth with Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club, more than doubling their floor prices this month. So here's all of them. CryptoPunks, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Pudgy Penguins, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Azuki, Milady Maker. That sounds interesting. Doodles, Lil Pudgies, Redacted Remito Babies, and Memeland Captains. Everyone except for Memeland Captains are all up double digits, some triple digits, which is heck wow. This is your reminder to drink water. Shout out to VeVe and Falcon saying VeVe News, Punisher, new app, Lamborghini, and more. They've done a ton of videos, which is great. Hey, remember when OMI was up 18% at 0039? They're like, oh, are we going to break through 0034? I don't know. Or 0004? I said Fannie called the bottom and ended the 4-year bear market. Fannie deserves all the love. If you guys have the old app, it works for Punisher, which is great. Oh, shout out to Carl Choi for going in and having a panel on the channel soon. This one's a decoy. Oh, yeah. Remember when we broke 00041 many moons ago, like yesterday, and now we're at 00070. This is great. And then we were at 42. Oh my God, go and going back. Oh yeah, Koki Ramirez also following Crappy Bird or Crappy over on X. I thought that was great. Remember when we were 4-3? Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? Shout out to Sullivan and Galeshaw LLP for making this their cover photo over on Facebook. And they went and they had a little stormtrooper on there. Something about them ceasing activity when a VeVe drop happens. I don't know. French government was toppled. Oh yeah, remember when we were at 42% 00047, and now we're like, oh, 00047. That is so low. Oh my god, I have so many freaking notifications. I will maybe get to that later. What I would like to see is, so let's say you have a Secret Rare Spider-Man number 137, right? Wouldn't it be great if for new people they saw 137 out of 1,000, because that's how many there are? I think that would be great if they did something like that. Yep, Fanny did it. Fanny did it, both of them. Stacker says, congratulations on a huge achievement. Also ranking 13th in the top VeVe leaderboard at Stacker World, talking about Anath or Asuk Anath that had done that. Hey, Botsy Weber saying, that's me, Galshaw, boom. Yep, I took a screenshot of your Sullivan and Galshaw Facebook post because I thought it was awesome. Shout out to you for being a real dude. Oh my God, yeah. Claim denial rates by that UHC insurance company were like the most out of any other one. Anyway, O'Milly T says, I must confess, I still believe. Saying, I bought 20 Punishers and not one special variant. Butters lied about the influencer allow list. Ben Rose having fun with that, saying, gotta be fast. Maybe that's like a Sonic thing, like gotta go fast. Maybe we're getting Sonic. I don't know. That could be cool. VeVe Viral says, the face of people who attack VeVe and OMI all day long to protect investors, because they're fucking retards. Anyway, Jeremy Paddle saying, all I want for Christmas is OMI on a major exchange. I was like, bro, Jeremy, you're Jewish. Wish for 8 exchanges for Hanukkah, 1 for each night. That would have been so much better than just 1 exchange for Christmas. Just in, Amazon has partnered with XRP, which is heckin' wild. So make of that what you will. That is coming from CEO or investments _ CEO, over 500,000 followers over on the X. It is coming from AWS partner profile with Ripple and RippleNet. 247 Comics says, we're excited to announce the launch of the new 247 Comics Kickstarter campaign. Discover an original comic book series from Kreese, Justin Kalen Chen, Lingy Park and Will Quintana, Asian American creator team, unlocking action and appetite. Very much like to have them on the podcast soon. I will. I don't know. In the local grocery store where they have those vending machines, all the Pokemon stuff is sold out. Shout out to them for grossing so much money so quickly. Mr. MC1 back in August, or a couple weeks ago, saying added 9 million OMI. He believes in OMI, OUP, OMI to NFT, Ecomi, Dr. Profit, and Stacker World. Posting that Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse with the OMI circle as steering wheel. You got to check what you have before you sell it. A guy named Mason Osborne says, anyone want this for $25? This is redeemed already, obviously. People have paid several $100s for this, and he sold it for $25. Rip in pasta. But only on Coinbase Wallet. Very good. 90% of the volume for Definity, who sponsors the channel also, is Bitcoin and Ethereum versus stables and fiat. But they do also trade the top 30 by market cap, excluding meme coins, and sadly privacy coins such as XMR, but not LTC. CryptoCosmos says, well, I just got Coinbase Wallet and connected it to my Coinbase to try buying OMI directly from my bank account, and it was super easy. He loves it. So that might be another thing where people are saying, like, you know what? It's easy now to buy in the wallet, and they're doing that. And maybe it's just easier for people. Maybe it's easier for Joe Sixpack to do. Who knows? I knows. We're holding that 00070. Again, where were we trading for a while? We traded at 00046. And then, where'd you go? Where'd you go? I miss you so. And then we traded at like 00056. And then we traded at 00065. Now maybe we're going to trade at 00070 for a little bit before we take our next leg up. That would be DuckDuckGo. It's a popular engine known for its privacy-focused approach, as a distinctive logo featuring. I had a meeting with someone today that had previously worked for DuckDuckGo. So what is DuckDuckGo? It's a popular search engine known for its privacy-focused approach and distinctive logo featuring a duck, a banana, a cat, and a tooth. Mother flapper. I gotta save this. How do I save this? All right, download. Oh my God, I figured it out. Oh my God, I figured it out. Okay, hold on. Let's wait a tick here. Let's go and say like, quote, I know what at Ben Rose and at VeVe official have been teasing, going over it live. Okay, let me TEAS going. Okay. Okay. All right. He might be a little salty. He might never come on the podcast again. Anyway, we'll go over that in a minute. Moving on here. We have another special guest coming on in about 9 minutes. Not bad. Just hit level 7. Shout out to Bill Garner for hitting at level 70. And we're flying on no exchanges. Record month for Bitcoin. I went over that. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says Bitcoin is a competitor with gold, not the US dollar, which is heckin' wild. I'm going to have to go over a bunch of the comments. Yeah, I'm going to have to go over a bunch of the comments here. I don't think I can go over the rest of this. All right, I'll try to go over the rest of the stuff that I have here before I go into the other stuff. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, Penny Carbonell, love her. She's bae. Sam Withers talking about alluvium, but I'm not going to go over that because we're talking about OMI over here. Oh, so Willie Rex has 8.8 million followers, and I posted the other day. So re-quoting John McAfee saying, "If Bitcoin breaks 100,000, you can bet it will break 1 million." And Willie Rex says, "Oh, Via," and I give those eyes saying, "Bet you OMI continues to climb too." And Willie Rex liked it. Is he buying? I don't know. 8.5 million followers over on X sounds pretty crazy. Mr. MC1 says, well done, VeVe official and Ben Rose. Great to see the latest listings show up in the sort within days. Great to see fixed rollout in hours and days. 2 more things. Joe Burrow, who was LSU Tigers, like it was LSU's like greatest quarterback in a long time, has recently bought a Batmobile for $3 million. Bill Gardner says Ben is here. Is he really? Is he? Can I tell him I said hi? Is he? I don't know if he is or not because, oh yeah. Okay, Randy, I'm here. Let's hear. Okay, well, Mr. Ben Rose. First off, I'm going over your re-quoted tweet from yesterday where Joe Burrow recently bought a Batmobile for $3,000, joining Doug Flutie in buying the Batmobiles, one of 10 Batmobiles that were made available via Warner Bros. For $3 million piece earlier this year. Actually, Doug Flutie has had his for a couple of years, so they might be different. But Ben Rose had retweeted that. I'm not sure why. Anyway, so Ben Rose, what brand shares a banana, a duck, teeth, and a cat? Well, a popular search engine known for its privacy-focused approach and distinctive logo featuring a duck, a banana, a cat, and a tooth is DuckDuckGo. Duck, get yourself out of here, girl, because I've cracked the case. James Galeshaw has cracked the case. But you know what? That is what we are here for. We are here to go in and discover things that we could not figure out by ourselves. And that was that. So I have to get to the comments by all means. I'm like almost an hour behind. Spider Sense is real. Giving me those cheers. Also, Ben Rose, I don't know what you said in the Women X VeVe Discord chat today, but Tammy Hanna is going to come on stream and talk about it. Ralph says OMI to the moon. OMI do be going somewhere. Up 63% on the day at 0007165. Zafacer says, F my life. Been trying to get a loan from the bank for weeks now to buy OMI. Been such a slow process. Looks like I'll only have it sorted by next week. Luckily, there are multiple other reasons why why crypto is good. Obviously, this because banks take forever. Am I squints in the American classic Sandlot? Because forever. Vladimir Columbus says, Randy, champ. Casey Piranha says 00070225. Well, listen, Casey Piranha, that was an hour ago, or that was 3 hours ago. We're 0072 right now. Casey Piranha said, I still don't know how to feel about the coin. It needs to be at least 0023 for me to be back to my buy-in price. Well, question, there's one of two things that can happen. Either the token doesn't hit that price, or it hits that price and goes beyond. What are the probability? It's not a 50-50. What are the probabilities that one happens or the other? I'll tell you, probably a very low probability of the former and a very high probability of the latter. But you have to make that choice yourself. I don't give financial advice. So hopefully it keeps soaring. Again, you're going to have a lot of Ben Rose has not been. Oh, wrong. All crews may not relate to the same drop. Yo, girl, what? So are you saying that you are Uncle Phil in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he tells his children, I love you all differently, but equally? You know, that's a freaking lie. When you're saying that all of these clues now may or may not relate to the same drop, meaning that they might be different. So it's not duck, duck, go. All right, so what do we have here? Let's go back. Back to the beginning. All right, so we have bananas, which could mean either Minions, Bananas in Pajamas. It could mean Donkey Kong, could mean Chiquita, could mean like the U.S. military in the banana wars in the Caribbean back in the day. Trying to think of other stuff that it could be. That it could be like a sex ed, like put a condom on a banana thing. Probably not. And then you have the duck. Now you could have Psyduck. Psyduck being Pokemon. It could have like a Ted Cruz was known as Psyduck for a while because he looks like him. You could have Phil and Lil from Rugrats. It's the clan of the duck because they have a little duck on there. Dr. Evil, I think his pet name was like Ducky when he was like a wee lad. It could be just a rubber duck in general. It could be the Bert and Ernie. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bedtime so. The teeth. It could be Teeth, that horror story from like 40 years ago, where the girls. I'm not even going to say it. If you know, you know. It could be Chatter. It could be the Joker with the chattering teeth. It could be Riddler. It could be DC related. Dental worry. There's no way that like we have like Crest toothpaste. Why the heck would they want to have a drop on here? I mean, why would CVS put in for their metaverse? I don't know, but they freaking did. And then you have a cat. Now, cats could be anything. I mean, cats are pretty much taking over the internet without even trying. So I don't know what. Ben, you want to come on to? I mean, we can't. I know you're busy today, but come on soon. Shoot me a DM. Holla at your boy. I don't know what cats could mean. That could be it could be Thundercats. It could be Duck Cat. Are we partnered with the cat? Shout out to the 500 people that are here. It could be Alley Cats, like a bowling thing. I think that's what Mima had on her bowling jersey from Young Sheldon. It could Pussycat. It could be Lions. What is that song like? Pussy, the satisfaction. I don't know. And we'll figure it out, Mr. Ben Rose. We will figure it out. Let's move on here. G-Flow is saying, what is your percentage on getting to 10 cents? I think we can get there in the late bull 30 to 50%. There's a couple of things. What are the odds of, let's say, reaching all-time high? I don't know, 1.2, 50, 60%, 70%. You know, what is between 50 and 75%? Let's give it a range. And then what are the odds of doubling that? Let's say to 3 cents. Well, obviously not going to be the same thing, but maybe 30 to 40%. I would probably say 3 cents, probably half that. I'd say 50%. But then you get to the big boy numbers. Half a penny. All right, so if 10 cents is a $30 billion market cap, 5 cents is 15 billion. And as we've gone over before, it's very possible that in order to get in the top 100, you're going to need 10 to 15 billion dollars market cap. So what are the odds that OMI gets into the top 100? Well, they've been very close. They've been there before. And even I think last year when they were at like 001 in that bear market, they were in the top 100. They were like number 100. So what are the odds that they get there? If it takes 10 to 15 billion to get there, okay, maybe 35-40%. And then what are the odds that it goes beyond that to 10 cents? Okay, 10 cents, you're going to have, that's a $30 billion market cap. Now, granted, that's with relatively no burns. I don't know. I mean, if Flow goes and that's able to reach that, which it should, no problem. Flow should have like 30 to $40 billion market cap. Oh, what about OMI? OMI has like the bigger IP. I get it. Football is great. Basketball is great. UFC is great. We love that. But OMI, dude, it's got the greatest IPs in the world. Let's see what the Tammy Hannah. Oh my God, you look so awesome in your VeVe gold and silver. Sure.
Yeah, a friend gave it to me.
Oh, who?
I know. It was Ernie when we were in.
Oh yeah, it was Ernie.
Yeah, when we were in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, love that dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
So Ben was here before. I don't know if he's still here now. He might be.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, I talked with him earlier.
Yeah, tell us how that went. Give us a deeper understanding into the psyche that is Ben. What's he like? Where does he belong?
He belongs in our VeVe community for sure.
Okay.
No, it was there was a panel of about 14 of us women that talked with him about some concerns, some things that we like and stuff. So it was good. He was very keen on listening to what we had to say.
Okay.
Took our suggestions, and it was good.
What were some of the questions that were asked? What was just like, oh my God, this is a really good question? And then how did he respond?
Well, the first thing that they were talking about, mainly the conversation, in my opinion, was how to market to women.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 9 to 10% of the active users on VeVe is women.
Okay.
And so trying to figure out how to market to women. And Tina, she actually brought up that.
I love Tina.
I know. And it's related to what I wanted to talk to you about also. So brought about how for her, it's a lot about family, being able to participate with her kids. Them to be able to be, I mean, her daughter's really not into it anymore. Oh, and I talked to Magic about talking about this first before I came on to make sure it was okay. So,
okay.
But that, a lot of the younger kids that were involved in it 2 years ago are not involved anymore because they can't KYC.
Fair point.
So,
okay.
So that they're, to my understanding, that they'll look into it. It's not something that they can change right away. And then that's when I came in and explained that even if we just had like parental controls to start, because the girls, I told him that I got a beta into the metaverse, and it wasn't because of me and doing the showrooms. It was because of my granddaughters having their own showrooms on my phone, and so now that I'm moved away from them, they can't be on it because I'm not going to give them my username and password and then accidentally sell my gold and silver logo. Not going to happen. But if they could do something where there's like a parental control or like a sub account underneath my account or something like that, I think it would make it better for families to be more involved in the app. And I think it will attract more women because they do things with their families, with their kids. So, yeah. But that was fun. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Binance listing confirmed. They haven't officially confirmed any listing. And I was even going over before saying Binance would probably be one of the worst things that they could do because a lot of the other it's come out that Binance is being very predatory, and that's something I'll ask Ben about later when he comes on the podcast. Not tonight, but at some point.
Well,
that they
because no, I was just gonna say because we didn't talk a lot about OMI. We were
makes sense.
all the ladies, I believe all the ladies except for me got into the app through VeVe. They got into the project through VeVe. They didn't get it onto the crypto side, but
Okay.
I was the opposite. And so like when I was talking with Ben, for someone who's more crypto, my mind thinks more crypto than the collectibles. When I got in over 3 years ago, it was like, where's this gonna, Omar, where's this gonna lead to VeVe? How is this gonna integrate? I mean, what are the two combined? And it was just something that he couldn't talk about right now, which is okay.
That's fair.
It
Understand
is.
that. So have you ever seen Young Sheldon? I'm doing a rewatch of that right now.
I never even watched The Big Bang Theory. And so I think I saw maybe a half of the episode. It wasn't, it's not really I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV. So if I'm going to
I
watch it,
know
something.
you had your chance when you were disabled. When you had your leg was
I
like
know.
destroyed.
I should have watched. I know. I never even started Gilmore Girls either.
Oh, girl, you had your chance.
What did I watch? Oh, I watched Outer Banks.
Okay.
I watched. I'm in the start of White Collar. I'm watching that.
Cool.
I'll get to Gilmore Girls. It just might take me a minute.
That's fine.
First.
There's so be advised for Gilmore Girls, it is a timepiece now where in the beginning nobody really has cell phones because it started in 2000.
Yeah.
And then you even have like, oh, I thought you sounded a little cell phony, and then you have videos and you have FBI warnings on there. You have it's awesome. But yeah, there's a reason I brought up Young Sheldon was because there's a I forget her name. She's in the Ghostbusters movie. She's in other stuff. That's Mima, and she just is an awesome chick. That's like she drinks and she teaches her grandkids like how to curse and throw like other stuff.
Meemaw, Young Sheldon. I'm looking it up right now. Oh,
Yeah,
hold
she's a
on.
famous actress. I forget her name though.
Oh, her name is Anne Hampton Potts.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Makes me want to be a grandparent because I don't have to deal with the kids 24/7. Just kind of teach them all the fun stuff. Teach them how to play poker.
Oh, poker. Yeah, I'm doing that in a couple days. No, I tell my kids all the time that if I could have skipped them and went straight to the grandkids, I would have done that a long time ago.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So you have you have a decent amount of OMI, and
I
you
do.
were actually selling your house to try to get more.
Well, that's not the only reason why I'm selling my house,
But it's a major reason.
but it is. I mean, I'll use some of the net profit to buy some more. Yeah. Yeah.
And then obviously, how do you feel as someone that clearly wanted to buy more? And I still feel like it's still a bargain, not financial advice, but it's doubled, in the last like day and a half.
I know. I'm not. No, my friend who is involved in Bitcoin, she texts me and she's like all excited, and she goes, "Oh wait, I know you're not," because she knows I want to buy more. No, I'm okay with it because either way, I'm dollar cost averaging down. So I mean, I started buying at the high. The high that I bought was 007. So I think anything in triple zeros is excellent. But of course, I want it at a lower cost if I can. But I mean, if I'm buying it at say 0009, I mean, hopefully I get it before then. But say I'm buying it at 0009, why would I not buy it if I'm going to start selling it at 3 cents? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, granted, it sucks because it was at 0002. 278 or 279 or something like that. I mean, I just didn't have the funds at the time. So for me, I can't dwell on it. All I can do is what I can do. And either way, I believe in the next 18 months, I will not have to be working the way I do now. And I don't work very much as it is at this point. So yeah, that's my goal.
I will take that. So we have a 7.3 million in volume, and we like doubled. So yeah, so
it went up to. I was talking to Ernie a little bit ago, and he told me it was at 6 million. So it went up since I talked to him.
Yeah, it's gone insane. And it's like it's not just on like one exchange; it's on like all of them. And I can't break down on what is like the main reason for it. Everyone's I have not had a minute to myself like all day.
Here, I just brought it up. It's at 00071 right now. 60% in 24 hours. It's gone up.
This is fucking great. I can't think of any one reason. It seems like it might be all of them in general, and that's why it's pumping. I don't know what it goes to. The odds of it going to 50 cents next year.
Oh God.
I would say like maybe 1%, but that might be a little high. It might be like 0.5% to 1%.
I mean,
I know you have no issue, buying at 001, even 002, same as me. But when do you actually go to take profits? Where's your dollar cost average right now?
I think I'm like at 001. I mean, I'm getting close to
really
making profit. Yeah,
really good.
but I bought a lot at the 0008, 0007.
No.
I bought some, but if it gets up to, I probably won't buy. I think 002 is the highest that I'm willing to buy at. I'm going to start selling probably at 3 cents is when I'll start selling.
Okay.
And that all depends on how much I get.
That's true.
If I'm able to do this deal that I'm thinking hopefully it will work, then I'll get a little bit more at a better cost. But even so, why would I not be willing to buy it at 002? If that's when my money comes in, why would I not be willing to buy it when I bought it I believe it's going to hit, minimum 3 cents, minimum, and go up to maybe 5, potentially up to 7. Some people are saying 10. So
I was going over that before. Somebody was talking about how high do you reckon it can go? I mean, I think it probably should go to 3 to 5 cents. And I don't think it should go. I mean, could it get to 10 cents? Yeah, maybe I'll put it at like a 10% chance that it gets there.
right.
100 scenarios. Yeah, I think like 8 to 10% chance it gets there. But that also leaves like, what if we're in that scenario where we're in a super cycle, and then one where we get multiple pumps. We get the NFT narrative, we get the metaverse narrative, we get the AI narrative, and then it just, again, people don't really care about market caps. They just care about like price. Like people will buy in at 5 and 10 cents thinking it can go to $1. And obviously that is pretty ridiculous. But
well, and that's what they call it, the Dogecoin effect, I think. What happened with Dogecoin in the last cycle, where it went up to 7. And don't get me wrong, I made money off of it. So I'm, not tons, but enough. And that totally can happen here, I think. But I mean, I'm going to put a sell order in at 10 cents. I mean, why not?
Oh, I'll put a bunch of, by 10 cents, I might only have like 40, 50 million OMI left. I'll have sold 140 million by that point.
Well, right. But I'm hoping to get to 60 million. So, I mean, by the time, I'll put it, I'm going to sell. I mean, I've got my price points and the percentages that I'm going to do. So
that is fair.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went down to the bottom. Ernie says we will not allow you to sell at 3 cents. We will save you from yourself. Conservative Randy, with what's coming, new lines of business burning is going way higher than 10 cents.
I know.
Listening to the great street music here and Medellin at 75. Ernie, it is 23 degrees here and I hate you.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me see the temperature here. Hold on. Weather, because I think it's in the 60s.
I wish. I'm freezing as I let Ralphie out. He's just like, he's too like old to like care about the weather, and he just
it's
like
69.
stares. Nice.
69 degrees. I knew you'd like that.
Everyone comment nice down below with 69. Sam Bagaz says, love Randy's pop culture callbacks. Why, thank you. Far too kind. Thank you for the super chat, Mescal Miranda. Beer money, Cerveza money. My husband listed on Coinbase. It's moving. Dude, and yeah, we don't have any. What happens when we get an official exchange listing? And what happens if it's big? I mean, you could have a bunch of small ones and they pump along the way, but this news came out of pretty much nothing.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I think it's going to take time. But as you can see, I mean, we've gone up 50% in the last 3 days with no, with no major exchange, without Coinbase, without Binance, and Binance is definitely not my favorite, but it's still a major exchange.
I love to see people going in and having fun.
Yeah, and Cosmo, I know it's at 0007. I just looked it up, and yeah.
Oh well, that comment was from like an hour ago.
I know, but it's up there. It's 007116.
Yeah, I am way, but damn, Ernie's on a hot tub roof with a bottle of wine. Yo, he's just living life, bro. He's just
he's awesome.
Insider buying it up. I mean, I don't know I don't know. Maybe you have one insider that's responsible for 7 million in volume. I don't think so, but maybe.
Probably not. No.
Maybe. The Sacker Talk is tomorrow at, what is it? It's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a meeting at 12:30 and a meeting at 4. I placed around that so I can listen in. Ben is
his legs are
his leg is Ben.
That's funny.
Even if Ben was worth like $20 million, which he might be, is he going to use 30? Is he going to use 33% of his money on just buying? Like, there's no way. There's no way.
No. I'm sure he's pretty well diversified.
Yeah, Todd pumped it. What's your vault looking like?
Okay, so I'll log on right now. The new app, I'm still getting used to using. It's not in my phone. I automatically downloaded it because I did not update that, and so I'm having a hard time figuring things out.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to do it on the on my PC than it is on my phone now.
Yo, Todd's at 730.
Oh, well, nice. That's good, but nowhere compared to what I paid for mine. So
I get it, but it was at like 400 not too long ago. So at 730
I know.
now.
What the hell? Gee, Hannah, sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
What'd you say?
I said, what the heck? I'm trying to log on and it's not liking my hat.
Oh God, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we? Yeah. Hold on. Oh,
there we go.
All right. I guess I made my screen bigger. I don't know how. I don't know why, but it's big. MC1 bought OMI yesterday. Yeah, he's been buying a lot recently. I mean, as a streaming beast. I have to now. Like now is where, like, how do you think I got all these freaking sponsors? It's like it's just from streaming all the time, dude. I keep every single new sponsor. I was like, well, now I charge more than the previous one, and now I'm getting to where it's like 3 times the previous, like the first sponsor, and like I don't know, like it's getting wild because I don't really want to have more than 5, because then you become like, sponsor guy, and you don't really get the content. But I don't know, like, do I X out of the first sponsors and be like, sorry, can't do it anymore, I'm gonna get like 5 times what you're paying me, and like switch them out, or do I be loyal, be like, hey, I don't know, give me coin.
I don't know.
Andrew Detox, you have to give me your Crappy Bird address. We have to do some giveaways for Crappy Bird later. Have I told you about Crappy Bird?
No.
So it's this really interesting. It's a meme token. So anything can go to 0 at any time. Whatever. But it's on base. It's a it's a meme coin on there. I have like $800 of it. I don't have a ton. Maybe like 1,000 worth. It is they have utility out for it already. They have a game where you can like bet on what you think the bird is going to do, like how long will it last in the air, and you could bet Crappy Bird on it. So it already has utility. It's really cool. The main dev guy is not doxxed. It was a community takeover, so the contracts were announced or whatever. But it's I don't know what happens to it. Does contract address down below. As the months go on, I might get more, because I've seen all of these tokens on base just go absolutely ham, and I never got into them. Are you in any meme tokens? Are you in like Bread? Are you in like Doge or the Cat? No. Okay.
No. I focused on OMI and You know, and honestly, I haven't really put any in since probably July. I haven't bought anything. So now when I've been working, I mean, plus I broke my ankle, so I was kind of not working for a little bit. So
True.
now I'm back to, you know, getting some things taken care of. So my vault value went up about almost 8K.
Damn, what's it at now?
28,000, and it was down to 19.
Damn.
So
Wait,
yeah,
how did it go up that? What did you have that went up that
I don't
much?
know. I have no idea. Comics, my comics only went up like 400, but the collectibles, I don't know. That one went up. Oh wait, no, you know what? Yeah, so that's maybe it's only like 4 grand.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's more like 4,000.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's,
no, I have no
that's,
idea.
that's still really cool.
Yeah.
Raythack saying I misquoted myself yesterday on your live. Predicted 25% in a week for some of my profit. Now I have a bigger moon bag. I heckin' love this dude. He's heckin' awesome. He's a cool cat. Jive turkey. More collections. What up? What's time to Earth 2? Yeah, Earth 2 is doing really well as well. What's been your biggest gainer so far? Has it been OMI? Has it been a collectible? Has it been another token you have?
Well, Omi's gone up 50%. I mean, what else has gone up? I mean, Omi is my highest. I mean, yeah, the Omi is my largest bag. I have more in that
Yeah.
than. Yeah, but I don't really watch the collectibles because, I mean, well, I've tried to sell some and it doesn't work for me very well. I mean, I don't sell at the right price, whatever. But when I start taking profits, I'm gonna take profits. So I'm ahead, and that includes my collectibles, my OMI, um, you know, anything else that I own in crypto wise. I'll include all of that. So then that when sorry, my phone died. My phone. I'm in my bedroom because my roommates are home and I don't want to be down in the living room. Um,
Gotcha.
yeah. So when I start taking profits, I'll include the money that I have in my collectibles also because I don't know. I might not sell any. I mean, I plan on selling some, but it just depends on when that market starts going up.
Okay. I have trying to see where this went from. This wasn't recent. Just on OMI on Uniswap. Is this on base? It looks like it went up to like 7.8 and then it went down to like 7.3. But that was just on base. You know, obviously
Oh,
they went better or less than that.
yeah. I
Bill
just look at
Gardner's
Coin Market Cap.
Bill Gardner's got 4 feet of snow in Lake County, Ohio, getting hammered. Damn.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no. And I just got back. I literally just got back to Arizona from Florida yesterday, and the I Florida's great. I love it. But when I landed, I could smell and feel the humidity, and it wasn't even. And this time of year, it's not even that bad. So it's too cold. I can't. And I'm going home to Washington in a couple weeks. Well, less than a couple weeks, in like 8 days, and it's freezing there.
Yeah. Boy, so it's freezing in Washington?
Well, not literally freezing. It's okay. Let's see what the weather is there. All right, weather.
Ernie's getting that expensive wine because OMI and Definity have pumped. All right. I see you. Bill Gardner's sick of shoveling. It's not even winter. Yeah.
It's
Mbaku.
it's 40 degrees with a chance of snow.
Oh, that is nice compared to the 23 degrees that it is here in Ohio.
Yeah, that's what I'm flying into.
Nice. And when is that?
Well, it depends. Tentatively, I fly out on the 13th. Well, because I'm going to play a poker tournament.
Oh, so you might not get there till like a week later because you have the.
Well, a few days. If I win my seat to this tournament, depending on what the days fall, I might have to postpone my flight for like one day. But I'm still tentatively. I fly out the 13th, come back on the 30th.
All right. That's cool. So I guess tell us about your seat. Tell us about the buy-in. Tell us about the prize money. Tell us about how you might be there, who the best players are, because I have to pee.
Oh my gosh! So you guys want to talk poker? Um, it's the WPT at the Win. Started a couple days ago. I'm playing satellite, so it's basically it's a $400 satellite, and you win two $1,100 seats. You can use um, each of the seats for different events, or you can save them, and if you get knocked out, you can rebuy. Which you can just take another bullet in the um, tournament. So it just depends on what you want to do. All right, let's see. Now, can you tell me why I can't see my OMI that was in the VeVe app? Yeah. Okay, so I can't pull these comments up, but I'm going to go backwards. Um, JRO, it says, it happens with being able to see your OMI on your VeVe wallet on your phone. Something happened with the update. I had to physically log on to the web app on my PC, my laptop, to see that. So I don't know if it's going to stay that way. Randy might know more about that.
Well, the reason why people can't see their OMI in the VeVe app is
Yeah.
because they have said we're no longer allowing people to send their OMI to the VeVe app. We're going to hide it, and then we're going to just have people view it on the web version of the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I found mine. And then, weren't you saying? I think I was listening to a video where Stacker's going to hopefully have it where when we send it over to Stacker, it's like one button click through VeVe.
Yes, we will be able to
Okay.
do that. So also be advised that there is if anyone has any Go Chain version of OMI, you have to do it through like that bridging system, but
Yeah.
that bridging system is broken right now. You have to wait for them to fix it. So it's just going to be a little bit there.
I'm glad I took care of that a long time ago.
Yeah. Bill Gardner's even on his OMI investment, back to square one. Let's go. Get that bread,
Nice.
Bill.
Even's good.
Up, and away from here.
Yep.
Yep. OMI do be ripping though. DCA was 0006. Damn, Kumo was 0006. I heckin' wish. Right at 0007. Let's freaking go. DC Comics, Randy. Dude, if we got so I know. Well, I shouldn't say this. Maybe I should. David's obviously talking to all the licensors about everything. So I have zero proof of this, but I have a sneaking suspicion that David has been talking to DC and Warner Brothers about DC Comics. When Marvel goes in and gives you their freaking keys to their entire store, it's got like other people have got to recognize that. Be like, why did they do that? I would never do that. But then they think, well, we're making so much money on it. And we don't know how much they're making. We know how much they can make. We can calculate that on the store from the NFTs, the limited digital collectibles that they get from VeVe Comics, but we don't know how much they're grossing on the digital comics that you can't sell, that are not the NFTs. Because they have the option for like $6.99 or whatever, and then they have the other NFT options for like $8, $9, or $11. What do you think?
So I have no idea, but because the only time I ever bought the collectibles or the comics on that app is when you and I were going for that secret rare, the AMA.
Aliens vs. Avengers, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That was the only one time I ever bought them off that. But since we're talking about DC, I have not heard, and I don't know because I've been working a lot and kind of out of the loop. Bat cows. Are they no? I haven't heard anything about Bat cows or the comics through.
Candy Digital.
Is that who has the DC?
I think yeah. So I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible here. Each company brings something unique to the space, and they each probably bring in X amount of people and percentage of people. I would think that most of these companies try to siphon, not that they try to, but they want to do it. They wind up siphoning off of some of VeVe collectors. And then when you have companies like Recur, like Hero, like Artifact, go out of business and say like, hey, we're not continuing this, it makes other people wary of the other companies that are still left that are not VeVe, because they go in and they're Most of them are not necessarily good at capital allocation. Most of them are not necessarily good at having more than one thing. So when you have someone like Candy Digital or DC, and they only have that one trick pony where they just have a comic that they release every couple of weeks, and there's not a lot of resale value on that. I don't want to say that they are shining the knobs on the Titanic, or that they are, but it just seems that a lot of
Do they not?
even read.
Do they not do drops anymore? Are they even doing comic drops? I just don't hear about it anymore.
I think they do, but again, when you're not seeing that general like public interest, or when you're not seeing that not generic, what's that called, where like that organic interest, it doesn't bode well for them. And even if it was something like, okay, they have a lot of hype, but just the fundamentals, in my opinion, weren't there. But they don't even have the hype anymore, and now we're in the bull market, and it's just,
Right.
I'm not very bullish on any of that. And if I were DC, or if I were VeVe, I guarantee you VeVe had gotten offers from all of these companies that were failing and asked them to buy them out so this way they can get something. But if I'm VeVe, and David is incredibly intelligent, he wouldn't buy any of these companies out. He would go off and just go to the licensor directly and say, like, okay, you didn't fail, this company failed you, but I have succeeded for all of these companies here. So I want you to just back the truck up and then give us our, rewire it into our system, and we could do it there. Look at the numbers that they're doing for Marvel. And when they do that.
Then my next question would be, is like, so, because I know that they dropped the first appearance of Superman,
In the
so
comic, yeah.
yeah, that comic. So would that stay over there? That would stay with Candy? And then does that mean that, and they're not going to drop it again, I would imagine. Why would they? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Have two.
I don't know what they would do. So I just had a meeting. I can't say with who, but I had a meeting with a company that also does digital collectibles, and they do their, I might give it away. They do their digital collectibles. They kind of have fidgetals, and they have it a certain way where if you have the physical, you have the digital. I
Right.
won't give any more than that. And it seems like a lot of these companies are on VeVe, let's say, like the first appearance of Flash on the blockchain does belong to Hero, because that was minted on the blockchain first. But even though that was the first appearance on the blockchain, VeVe still views their version of Flash, which wasn't solo Flash, it was the Flash vs Superman, the racing thing. That was the first appearance because that's the first appearance on VeVe. And I think at the time, they might have had the thought process of, well, Hero is doing well, they're making money, they'll survive the bear market, and this is just going to be FA because it's first appearance on VeVe, not that it's first appearance on the blockchain. But now I think they're getting to the point where they recognize that it doesn't matter where it hit the blockchain first. It only matters the first appearance on VeVe, because that's where the people are. That's where the money is. That's where the attention is.
For sure. Excuse me. Sorry.
Am I boring you? I'm so sorry.
You are not boring me, but you are not. No, you're not boring me. Sorry. I didn't sleep well last night, and I had meeting today with my attorney. So,
dude, I've been having like Oreos and like buttered toast at night, so that's probably why. But I've had some wild ass dreams. 2 days ago, I had a dream that Ernie came upstairs shirtless and called me Randall and said, like, Randall, need to get out here. So I was like, oh, and this is how I know my body's fucked. Like, my back was hurting in my dream, and I was like, oh, I'll be right there. And then I like so I get out of bed, and I'm shirtless too, and I have to like go down the stairs, and the ladies that come in to like clean the house like every 2 weeks, they were in my dream, but they were
goodness.
They were shirtless also. And I was like, oh, okay. Trying not to look. And I was like, okay, Ernie, did you call me Randall? And he's like, no. I was like, oh, it must have been my dream. And then I talked to him about something. My friend Zach is there, and Zach is his kid, but he's not really his kid in real life. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot you were Ernie's kid. And it was just
You're
it was a
you're
wild time.
remembering this dream very vividly.
I remember all of my, Ernie is like shocked every morning. I'm like, bro, this is what happened in my dream last night. And he's just like, how do you get these
Yeah.
psychedelic dreams? And I don't know,
Well,
man.
well, just the fact that you can remember them all.
Yeah, I remember a decent amount. OMI weekend. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Spread the word. Our beloved Ben was here before.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love that man.
Oh,
So
no, it
Randy.
was absolutely, yeah. Yeah. It
So
was a
what
pleasure
is
talking with him.
yeah, so what's he like? Tell us about him. Tell us about his presence. Tell us about his oh god, excuse me.
He's just very receptive. We all, and there was 14 of us in the chat. I think there was 14 total. One was Ben, and then one was MC. He was
Okay.
in there. The rest was, us women, and he was just very receptive. Anytime we talked, he, acknowledged us. I mean, um, it just was very. Um, it was a warm feeling because when you have somebody that is that tier of person to talk with a group of ladies that he never necessarily, or people in general that he's never actually met, and he's taking our opinions and our concerns sincerely.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was very good, and I mean there was some stuff that he couldn't talk about. It was not the right time, which is understandable. Um, but there's some things, and I do know that their magic is, I believe, her and Slammy are putting together. They recorded the conversation, so I don't know if they're going to shorten it and just put, because we were talking for an hour, and he actually canceled when we were on stream. He canceled. He had a meeting and canceled or delayed it, so we got him for an extra 20 minutes, which he didn't have to do. It was very,
Oh
very
heck
nice
yes.
of him. Yeah. So we got him for a full hour instead of 40 minutes.
Okay, that's great. I love that. And
Yeah.
there was 14 of you?
There's 14 total.
Oh wow. So you guys got
12,
to ask like
12.
one question each?
Some people didn't even ask questions.
Oh
They
wow.
were just there, just their support. Me, Tina, Magic, we talked. Um, Janie, she was on there. It was awesome.
I
Slammy,
love you
Claire.
guys.
Yeah, Claire got on from the UK. So she was able to make it. So it was good, and it's something that we talking about doing on a quarterly basis, possibly,
Oh, okay.
maybe. And I don't know. I think they said quarterly. It could have been monthly, but I think it was quarterly. And just try to get more women involved. Um,
That's
be
great.
it the same group of women plus adding some, but it's just trying to get. Because I'm not familiar with Discord, so I had to put a ticket in and do the stuff, which is fine. I'm just not. I have to start if we're going to be doing stuff on Discord. I got to use it more. I got to get
Yeah,
more familiar with it.
I was talking to someone about that before. I don't ever use it. I hate it. It's horrible.
Oh, hold on.
You gotta you
There we
gotta
go.
mute that. What up, boo?
Sorry. I know it's
Pete.
sorry. I know, but yeah. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay, Peter. I
My
love
video,
your.
my phone dropped. My phone dropped and it hit the volume button on my laptop, and so I could hear the echo from the laptop because there's a delay from the YouTube. Because for some reason I can't get my mic to work on my laptop, so I'm seeing you on my phone, but then I can go over to my laptop and see the comments. So that's what I do
Oh,
because I
that's
can't
dope.
figure out. Yeah.
Peter, I like your profile picture. I like raccoons. They're great. Are they fixing the app? Yeah, they've had 3 updates since the
Yeah.
original update that everyone hated. So those are the updates now. Go and redo that. Okay, that's good that you guys had done that once a quarter. Ben will come on the podcast maybe before the end of the year again, and then he's going to go on the OMI is my homie show on sometime in January, maybe February.
Nice.
So I thought
And
that'll be cool.
I think that also speaks volume for him, willing to come out and Robo, um, for him to be available shows a lot.
Yeah. I'm very curious on how to ask him this, because there's what's up, Bill Garner? Thank you. Yes, Ben is here. Ben is our bae. He's got, I don't know if this is part of his work. I mean, I guess it's got to be part of his work day if he's representing VeVe. But also,
I would think so.
How does he balance everything? I'm curious on how he goes in and has a.
Well, it's funny that we're talking about balancing life and everything, because that was one of the things that came up, is trying to get somewhat of a calendar, because women are very busy. They're working, they got families, they're organizing, cooking dinner, housework, whatever. They have to stay organized. So one of the things that came up is the fact that sometimes we don't hear about an event until, a week or two before, even though we assume, we assume they're going to be at NYCC. We assume they're going to be at DCon, which they weren't at the last DCon, but we assume these things so people plan accordingly. But if it just came out today that they're going to be in London in 2 weeks, there's no way I can plan for that.
Yeah.
That's just not enough time. And so they did hire somebody. I can't remember the specific title of the person, but they're going to be working with MC, and they're going to work on a calendar where people can see tentatively where they're going to be at, so people can plan, which will be good.
That would be great. I would love that.
Especially if we, I would love to go to Europe and do a meetup there. But
Europe's so much fun.
I know, but I have to. For me, that's. Come on, Randy. You know me. I have my plane tickets already for like my April job in Florida.
That is insane, Tammy. That's insane.
Yeah, I book. If I know I'm going somewhere, I'm going to book my tickets so I can get the best possible price. I'm not going to wait till the last minute. So, to be able to plan will make it easier for us. Well, some of us to be able to go.
That is wild.
If he was to come out and say, yeah, we're going to be, in Europe, like in July or something, it would have to depend on when, because I do work 5 weeks from June to July, but I would be able to plan, and I could start booking an Airbnb. And it's like I think it was Claire was explaining that when you wait so long to give us a heads up, it's more expensive airfare, Airbnbs. It's just more expensive everywhere. And it prevents a lot of people from going. And especially women who are planners, who plan in advance, who take in their budgets. So, because it was, based on, what women do, and we plan, most of us.
I do keep forgetting that a lot of women are planners, and I'm just not. And I just assume that most people are not as well, that go with the flow, but it's a lot of. Oof.
And I'm a go with the flow kind of person. Like once we're there, like when we were in Vegas, when we all met up, I had everything booked and everything. And then whatever we did, whatever, we're good. But I want to know where I'm going and when, so I can pay for the Airbnb. And if I can save $400 on a plane ticket, I'm going to save my $400.
Yeah, of course. But I don't know. Like I like to do things last minute. Like to go.
I know you do.
It's just what I do. I am getting a little better at it now. But yeah, I don't know. Do things last minute. I don't see why not.
No, I know. I heard you're coming to Arizona. That's planning.
Yeah, but you're not going to be there. So like, what the heck?
I am not. I know. I need some grandbaby time.
Like, why can't they go to Arizona? Why can't?
Because my daughter is not going to let me take my grandkids over Christmas. It's not going to happen.
Can't you just mom her and be like, hey, listen.
No, she's not going to do it.
You got to give me.
She's not going to. It's not going to work. So.
We do shout out to Ben for being awesome. Yes, shout out to him.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Bill Gardner gives me those dabs.
Gambler in the house, yeah.
Ben is on top of his game. Agreed. Oh, dude, there's so much freaking comments. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of them.
Yeah, no, Ben is definitely on it.
So nice. I know multiple drops. I wonder what they are. Well, I guess the duck. Oh yeah, the anime, and then you have Harry Potter. Minus 5%, but the flip green. What up, Ken? Couple of days. Banana Donkey Kong. Dude, that would be great. Donkey Kong would be awesome. Have you
I
made the
remember
heads or
playing that.
tails?
I remember playing that when I was a kid. Donkey Kong, come on.
Oh, thank good time. What are you
Mm-hmm.
making heads or tails of any of these teases?
No,
Yeah, me neither. Nobody can.
no. Duck, duck.
Well, I don't want to
Oh my
drop.
god, that's
Rubber
funny.
duck races? I don't know what rubber duck races are, but I'd be part of them.
Oh my gosh, there's a rubber duck race back home where they give away money and cars, and basically I don't know how they do it, but the ducks have numbers on the bottom,
Okay.
and they go down the river, like the falls. It's Tomato Falls or whatever, and people win shit. I don't know how they do it. I've never done it, but I've seen pictures.
Okay. That
Bill
sounds
thinks
fun.
we're gonna get. Bill thinks we're gonna get to 30 cents.
Yeah, so it's not outside the realm of possibility. I think it's a low possibility. Maybe 3%.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, so let's say at that price, you're at $100 billion market cap, maybe a little less, maybe like 90 billion,
Mm.
which is a ton. I don't think you're really in the top. What are the top? What's the top 10 right now? You're definitely not in the top 10 at that point. First world problems where my phone will not recognize my thumbprint. I gotta manually type in the password.
Oh.
Okay, so you need to if you had a $90 billion market cap right now, you'd be the number 7 token. So
Oh, geez.
obviously, in 8 months, you're going to have a top 7 that is in the hundreds of billions, and
Well, and
maybe. Mhm.
right now, coin market cap, we were just at 455, and now we're at 426.
Yes, that is. Well, coin market cap are at 357,
Oh,
which is
no, no,
fucking
no, no,
nuts.
no. CoinGecko. Sorry,
CoinGecko.
CoinGecko.
Okay, yeah. I think the top 10 will have hundreds of billions of dollar market cap. So if you're at 10 cents, we have 90 billion. So you're not in the top 10. Maybe you're in the top 20. You're probably in the top 20. Oh, no, you might be in like top 25 with a $90 billion market cap. But that's a lot. And I don't think we need to be there. If let's say let's say in the top 100, you have a $15 billion market cap. Well, 3 cents is 10 billion. If 10 cents is 30 billion, I think 10 cents you get that, but 30 cents, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
I'm not saying we don't get there. Just I don't really like the odds. I wouldn't bet on it, but I could be very wrong. So we'll see.
Mm.
Batman Returns. Everyone's saying hello to 10. They built
Oh,
their crypto cosmos.
look at Cosmo. Yep.
Ken Owen.
I know. We missed Doc and Cosmo at in Vegas. They didn't come.
Well, yeah, I know. They didn't go. I wanted to see them, hug them, and say, "Hey."
Oh, look at there's MC.
MC's an awesome dude. I love him.
I know. He's one of
Oh,
my
damn.
favorites.
Hoba G bought 8 million OMI today. Got her money
Nice.
on very slow transactions, so I couldn't get in yesterday's prices. Big L, but to the moon. He
Yeah.
was live for like 100 something hours watching Bitcoin. He's a pretty awesome dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, she is the chick from Ghostbusters. So, Elmont Randy, you are missing all the craze. Dude, okay, so we have a bunch of stuff to go over. New York, you see that CEO of that health insurance company?
Oh, of United Healthcare. Oh my God. I saw that yesterday when I was flying home. Yeah.
What was your first
Yeah.
reaction to that?
My first reaction is that our world right now sucks. That somebody's going to go and kill. I did medical billing for 25 years, so I understand certain things, certain aspects when it comes to that kind of stuff. But to go, I mean, I don't even. Did they ever catch him yet?
I'm not sure. I
I'm going to
haven't.
Google.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I felt sick to my stomach because if I was younger, if I was in my 20s now, I'd really consider not having children. And I love my kids. I love my grandkids. But the way that the world's coming to, I mean, the shooting, I mean, it's just unnecessary. I don't understand why people think it's okay to take somebody else's life. Yeah.
So that's curious because oh well, you are slightly older than me and
A
have
little bit.
seen,
Yeah.
yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, just sorry.
Well,
And you have
16 years. Yeah.
yeah, just a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah. Okay.
and because you've seen more than me, it's like I forget that reference, like we're suspicious of a thing or two because like we know a thing or two. Um,
Right.
I feel like in the history of the world, despite what the mainstream media will have you believe, we're in like one of the best times. Like I
Yeah.
know again that the media throws up everything negative because that's what gets traction and that's what gets clicks and attention. But I don't know. I feel like technologically we're in a good way.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like
No. And I agree with you. I believe technology in society, but it's the fact that people think it's okay to I don't know. It just dumbfounds me that when I go to pick up my granddaughters from school, I have to push a button. They let me into the office, and then I can't even get into the school. I mean, everything's on. It's all locked. Whereas when my kids went to school, a totally different environment, and unfortunately that's reality in today's day and age because uh, people go in and shoot people. I mean, I was
yeah.
at a movie theater with my ex's son, my two granddaughters, and it literally sounded like somebody was shooting in the movie theater I was in, and I threw them all on the floor, and I'm laying on top of them, and it was somebody that had one of those pop guns that came out, confetti came out,
Oh my.
and
Oh my God.
it was the worst feeling that I ever had in my life, because I thought that there was a mass shooter in the theater I was in. So it's not. It's very, very, very disheartening for me to when somebody takes another life. It's just.
Oh,
I mean, and I have life experiences where I have issues with. I mean, we're all going to die, and I get that, but I have issues that we're not going to discuss right now. So for me seeing people just taking their lives selfless, I mean, they're being very selfish, and
agree.
I don't like it.
So it was more the act and not the people's reactions to the act.
Yeah, I don't. So I do not watch the news because it is all negative. I saw. I was at Margaritaville having some food, um, and I just saw the lines. The TV wasn't on, so I'm reading it. So it was that's all I heard. I don't even know if they caught him. I have an article up right now, and it says the suspect took a bus from Atlanta to New York. So maybe he's from
Damn,
Atlanta. Yeah,
they were
and that
determined.
was posted today at 9:40 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
So I would have to, since they're posting this, I would have to imagine they have not caught the person yet.
Yeah, probably not. There was
Yeah.
so when I first thought of that, I was like, ah, damn, that sucks. And my first thought was just like, selfishly, is that going to like affect the market? Is that going to affect like New York? Is that going to
Right.
affect travel?
Yeah.
Is that going to affect
No, for sure.
whatever? And then I saw the comment. Have you ever seen Breaking Bad?
Mhm.
Okay, so spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen it.
Now
In
I
that
haven't seen
one
all of it,
scene,
but I've seen a lot of them.
oh, I might. How much have you seen?
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to watch it. So go
Okay,
ahead.
all right. So in spoilers for this for anyone watching, there was one scene where Walt talks to Hector. He's the dude in the wheelchair, and
Okay.
he says like, "I know you hate me, but I bet you we both know somebody that you hate more than me." And he's talking
Oh,
about Gus Fring. And what he does is he attaches basically a bomb, an explosive, to Hector's bell, where he rings the bell and it ignites the explosive. And
oh,
Gus Fring is talking to Hector as Hector goes, and he's killing himself. He's Allah Akbar, unaliving himself while also bombing Gus Fring. That's his last act as an
Wow.
OG gangster, is killing him.
Wow.
But then when as the bomb goes off, you see Gus Fring go, oh! and he like tries to move out of the way. And then the next scene is him going out of the room, and the camera pans on his face, and he's fine. He's fixing his tie. And
Excuse me.
everyone has that reaction. It's like, no, like he lived for like 3 seconds until the camera turns this way, and then it sees half his face is blown off, and then he collapses.
Oh.
And the reason I bring that up is because everybody had to have the reaction of like, he lived, and what was that? Was like, this dude is badass, or just like, how did the writers do this? I made him live. This is disgusting. And like, and that held a mirror up to everyone's face. That just, how do you react to somebody that was supposed to die? Who's a bad guy that's supposed to die? Do you like him? What does that say about you that you like him? What does it say about you that you wanted him to die? And what I mean by that is like, that reaction that we had before we saw the comments, my reaction was, is this going to affect the markets? And everyone's reaction in the comments were just like, thoughts and prayers, except the thoughts and prayers are not in our network. Like, they didn't just give a fuck. They didn't just not give a fuck. They were happy that this person was dead. And after
and I don't know why that, I mean, and I don't know anything of the backstory. I don't know. I mean, with healthcare, I mean, premiums, everything, it's so ridiculous. I mean, I'm going through that right now with my surgery I had, because I don't have healthcare. So I'm seeing it from a cash. I mean, this is the first time in my life I've never had healthcare. And for so many years, I've always seen it on the insurance side of things. And now I'm seeing it on the cash patient side of things. And it's not a fun thing, having the hospital call me for payment and this, that, and that. And so I don't know what made this person feel like he needed to kill this guy. Obviously other people agreed with it. They wanted to see him dead, but is it really worth taking somebody's life over something like that? I mean,
so I feel like my hair is too long. I would not survive in jail. Obviously that's not the only reason why I wouldn't do this, but
right. Yeah, no.
But there are, I've read since then that this company was like the worst company at approving like healthcare claims, and they would often like deny.
Oh, they are. Oh, 100%. United Healthcare was when I did medical billing. United Healthcare, they were the worst on getting prior authorizations for treatment, and no, you really had to know what you were doing to make sure things got paid.
Yeah. And that's one of the issues. So okay, now I understand why people are reacting like this. It's like that political strife, the 1% versus everyone else. It's like, well, you denied all these people claims, paid your CEOs fat bonuses, and what was also some of the reactions of people were just like, hey, let this be a lesson that companies don't even care about the CEOs. They still had that meeting that took place 45 minutes after this guy had been unalived. So they're not, if they don't care about the CEOs, they're not going to care about you. And I don't know.
It's all about it's bottom line for them.
Yeah.
It's bottom line. And unfortunately, with the way the healthcare system is, it's really bad when the healthcare system can dictate what kind of medication that you receive after having surgery. And and I only know that because I had surgery last December, and they were trying to dictate to my provider what I could take and what I couldn't take, or they could do this, but they can't do that regarding my care because of costs. It had nothing to do with what the doctor felt and we had to argue with them. So insurance companies are trying to decide treatment plans for patients when that should be the doctor, not the insurance, if that makes sense. I mean, it's horrible. It is. It's not. It's one reason why I got out of that field. It's very stressful. I mean, no, it's not. Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
So you have that. You have South Korea declaring martial law, which is bananas.
Right.
And then the French government collapsed as well, where they had a vote of no confidence, and now the French government, like yesterday, just straight up doesn't exist anymore. I don't know what they're doing for the federal provincial
You know,
government.
it was crazy because when I was on the poker table dealing last week, somebody was talking about that, and I didn't hear everything, but basically they said that they don't even know if they're going to go to a euro or a pound or what their money situation is going to be. They have no idea. Oh, sleep in.
Sleepin's my bay. Yeah, and despite
Yes.
all of these things, I don't know. Crypto's like still pumped. OMI's still. I mean, crypto kind of went down today for the most part, except for OMI. OMI went absolutely insane. Difference between ETH network and Base. ETH is just more expensive, and Base is not only cheaper, but that's where all of the utility will be on Base afterwards. Maybe Zombies has good luck on your tournament.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, Liz, I just checked my Superman comic at Candy, down $100 on it, but I mean, I feel as long as it's still worth something. Mr. MC1's the hi Randy. How's Omi doing? It's doing pretty well today.
Just doing amazing.
Yeah. Average Omi, and how much do you have? My average probably 0003-ish, or I'm sorry, 003-ish, and I got 193. What about you?
Yeah, I believe mine is 001 or 002 ish, and I have 22 million.
Nice.
Yeah, with hopefully getting more.
I hope you get it too. I hope you get.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you, let's say Omi does like another doubling or tripling when you get the money, there's still a bunch of other things that will be able to get you that are pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried. I mean, there's other things that I'll be able to put money into. I just it was sitting down at 0003s for so long, and I mean, yeah, I just and that seems to happen to me all the time. I finally decide I'm going to get some money, and it's coming, and then right when I get it, it does this to me. It's just the way it is. I'm used to it.
Yeah. There's has anyone figured why Omi's pumping?
Yeah.
The tokens from last dude, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out all day. Hasn't been. Shout out to the 700 people that are here. We love you. Come back run.
There's 700 people.
It was now it's 697. I'll take a picture though, and I'll be like,
wow.
Okay, I'll send it to you. We get to 30 cents. Randy's close to 60 million net worth on OMI alone. Well, that's if I hold my OMI to that price.
He's not going to hold that.
No, I mean, I'll hold other stuff to other things. I don't really anticipate my net worth going over 10 million. I mean, it's possible it does, but it's just I'll likely sell where I could guarantee myself 3 to 5 million.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for too. Yeah. Which means I got to hold out for a little bit longer.
That's true. This is hard to consider future market cap with burns that will happen in the VeVe-verse. Yeah, that's true. Oh god, that's so hard. The retail's not even in. No one's even in. I haven't sold yet, so I'm good.
I can't wait for land sales.
I don't know how soon that'll happen. That might happen.
It's later. Okay. I got patience. It's been over 3 years. What's another year?
That's true.
Or 2 or 3.
Bill Garner is considering a Fortnite metaverse and Pokemon partnership included in that prediction. Oh, dude, if that happens, yeah, 30 cents easily. That would be insane. Yeah, that makes sense right away. I'll do spaces in YouTube all the time for Pokemon education. Let me know if you want me to delete this comment or not. Wes says, how are you in your 40s and don't have health insurance?
I will gladly tell you that because and with my job, I'm a contract worker, and I just recently moved to Arizona, and I don't legally have. So Arizona is a snowbird state. All of my stuff is in Washington. And so trying to finagle how to get healthcare through the state of Arizona, I'm in the process of doing that. So, like I said, it's the first time I never had it. It's not something I'm proud of. I believe that everybody should have it. I'm an advocate for it. But, I mean, shit happens.
Yeah. I have the VA, so I do not. I also do not have normal health insurance. If I ever need anything, I go to the VA. They give me horrendous health care, but it's free. So,
Yeah.
that happens.
100%. Free is good, And so, I mean, when I had my surgery for my ankle, they had tried to apply for state emergency care. And due to my income through unemployment through the state of Washington, I made too much money. So,
Oh, damn. Look at that flex, making too much
well,
money.
on unemployment is ridiculous. But Washington State's one of the highest states for unemployment reimbursements.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, yeah, that's a whole nother issue. But yep. But thank you for the criticism, Wes. I always appreciate your
He's, he's chock
your
full of
trolling
them.
on me. Yeah.
Comeback run saying like, he wanted to double his OMI, wasn't able to do it. Wes says, how are you supposed to open an Amazon for 35 million? Well, I'm not really going to do it until 2029. By that point, or at least the next bull market that we have after this, then I plan to have close to 9 figures, and then that's when I do that. Yeah. Anyway, Tammy, it's about 2 hours now. Is there anything you want to go over before we bounce?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, awesome. Let's stay on and talk over the let's talk off camera. Shout out to
Rafax,
all right.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get this bread. Everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you for the super chats. I love this game. Everyone's gonna write it down.